What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. It is Wednesday, August 21st, day number 37 inside the Big Brother house. What's on the menu? Beef. Everyone's got some. Let's talk about that, all the intel, drama, and more from yesterday's live feeds. But first, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. To give you guys a little bit of a recap, if you haven't been keeping up with the live feeds, Tucker won HOH. Quinn, Brooklyn, and Cam were his initial nominees. Tucker then won the power of veto, takes down Quinn, putting up Chelsea, who you would then think is his target. But no, it's between her and Brooklyn. During that meeting, it was a wild event with lots of post fights that we didn't get to see on the feeds, but we should get to see on tonight's episode. I'm excited for. And that takes us into what happened on the feeds yesterday. The effects of that meeting were still being felt. Both Chelsea and Brooklyn were putting in work, kind of doing their campaigns to try and figure out the votes. They kind of realized that it's not good for them if they're up on the block against Cam. And if it's Brooklyn versus Chelsea, Brooklyn's probably moonwalking out the door. Now, Cam, on the other hand, he's not doing any work. He's just chilling. Cam is just, taking it easy this week. But I'll be honest, I feel like for a lot of them, it's a similar situation to when Cedric was on the block. If Cam is on there, you should vote him out. Even though he hasn't really shown that he's that much of a threat, I feel like Brooklyn and Chelsea, if they stay in the house, would cause enough drama for some of the people in there to kind of keep things interesting for those that are kind of laying lower, aka Decor and Chemo. I'm just saying, if they want to flip it, they should. Mainly for my entertainment. I don't know if it's necessarily a good idea, because then Tucker's coming after him. But hey, you should do it anyway. Other things that are kind of going on, which, how we just mentioned, Cam not putting a lot of work. You know who is working really hard? MJ. MJ's been going around all day yesterday. She was talking to tons of different people about trying to get into alliances, about how there's certain people that are apologizing way too much now that she knows that she was actually the real target last week. And also, she really seems to trust Tucker a lot. That's kind of like her most trusted person. I know a lot of people are always wondering, like, what's the deal with MJ and Leah? There really isn't much of a deal. They just have this really weird relationship where they were never really friends to begin with. They were just kind of connected through Matt, right? Like MJ had her kind of thing with Matt going on. Leah and Matt really got along very well. They were always up late, and they were kind of connected through him. And it seems like maybe they're coming back together a little bit, but for the most part, they are separate. And the one thing that is hurting them a little bit is they kind of keep saying that they're separate. And that's putting things in like Chemo's head where he's like, that's kind of weird. Why do they keep doing that? Speaking of Leah, though, she's also doing her chats. And honestly, it's just a lot of talking. She just talks and talks and talks and talks. It's almost like an endurance marathon when you're listening to Leah have a conversation with someone. But you know what? She's really kind of talking just more about like people that are saying stuff about her, people that are kind of implying things about her and Quinn and her and Cam, and just all those kind of things that have been floating around, how things are going in the game, how she knew about the collective but didn't even bother saying anything about it. But again, she just does a lot of talking, and it was really kind of interesting that MJ and Leah are doing this much, but neither are on the block. Both seem to be in fairly okay spots right now, where it's like they don't really have to go too crazy. They don't really have numbers for them, but there's really no reason for them to be doing this much when they're not in danger at all. Joseph, let's talk about him, because you know who is doing a lot of talking as well to Tucker is Joseph. And I think he's doing a really good job of, I don't want to say controlling Tucker. It just seems Tucker happens to listen to Joseph. I don't think you can control Tucker. I just think they respect each other, and there's kind of a weird, fun little bond there. Joseph's doing a good job of pointing out how Tukur and Chemo, they and Rubina probably are going to go for Tucker at some point. And Tucker has actually warned Joe that he's on Rubina's radar, and kind of suggested that, hey, like, you know what? They're going to be coming for you by the final 7. And another kind of funny thing, too, is Tucker even realizes this, right? Like, he realizes that, you know, at some point he's going to get taken out. And he's basically saying that he wants to keep Quinn around for Joseph. He wants Joseph to have kind of a fallback option for when he gets to kind of taken out. And in a way, it's kind of sweet how much the two of them have really grown to care about each other. And it's really just an interesting little alliance that the two of them have. Meanwhile, Tukur and Chemo, they are trying to drive that wedge between Rubina and Tucker. We talked about this a few times now. And it seemed like it was actually starting to work maybe a little bit, especially since the two of them weren't spending as much time together because they didn't want to have that showman's label. At this point, it seems like Rubina doesn't care anymore. She's like, we already got the label, right? And it did give Rubina, though, that time away, it did give her a little bit of a sense that Tucker had a lot of stuff going on, like with Leah and MJ, also with Joseph. Like we mentioned, Tucker's already kind of pointed that out to Joseph. And Tukur is especially worried. She is kind of thinking Tucker's getting a lot of numbers here with MJ and Leah, especially with Cam staying as well. It's another number for Tucker potentially. And kind of rightfully so. Tucker is doing a really good job of picking his targets and getting people to trust him at the same time. So he is really setting himself up here potentially to move even further. We kind of go to our allegiance chart, which not much of it has really changed recently. I think if maybe I'd actually put Tucker and Joseph kind of on the same level. That might be the only change I might make at the moment. But I do want to just keep Tucker and Rubina so close together, just for, you know, the showman's purposes of it. But overall, I feel like one of the things that Tucker's doing really well is he's getting people like MJ. He's getting people like Leah. These are people who were, you know, as MJ was calling herself, a lone wolf. You want to give people like that a home, right? If you see there's the outcast, you see there's this person who doesn't have, you know, people on their side, you bring them in. He did it with Angela already. He's doing it with MJ and Leah now. People do see it, but it's definitely working to his advantage. Even someone like Cam, even though he put Cam on the block, it feels like Tucker and Cam do have kind of a good bond there. And if he's able to get rid of Brooklyn and Chelsea, then yeah, who's Cam going to end up going with? He's going to be kind of alone. Tucker would kind of take him on in. So he's doing a really good job to the point where not many people are even actually talking about going after Tucker anymore. The ones talking about doing it are Chemo and T-Core. The problem is, at this point, I don't think they have any sway over anybody else. Maybe they could make an argument on, you know, if, you know, let's say MJ won HOH. You could make the argument to her that, look, Tucker's got to go. He's a big comp threat, whatever. But at this point, MJ trusts them. So why would she listen? Because they need to, at some point, win an HOH and take power, because they have no ability to kind of sway anybody else to. Their only other options to get rid of Tucker at this point will probably end up being Quinn. And then whoever would end up staying during this nominations. Again, Cam, I don't think was going to be an option. But if Chelsea stays and wins HOH, sure, she would go after Tucker. But if you're Chemo and T-Core, if you're not going to be able to take the shot, who's going to take the shot at Tucker? Joseph's not going to do it. Rubina's not going to do it. I don't even think Angela would do it. MJ doesn't seem like she's going to do it. maybe you could convince Leah to do it, but she seems like she's really on board with Tucker as well. So it's one of those things where basically by doing the flip, all Chemo and T-Core have done is build Tucker an alliance. they've built a giant wall here of people in front of Tucker, and it's kind of a thing. Again, Quinn is a good option for somebody who could win HOH, take that shot at Tucker, but also he saved him with the veto, and potentially Quinn could see this as like, hey, maybe I use this one to set me up where the next one Tucker's just going to win. So if I miss this shot, maybe I can stay safe for another week and I can go after somebody else, right? If you're Quinn, you could throw up MJ. You could throw up, it starts to get rough there too, right? Because this is another one of those things where if you don't have people that you're really ready to take a shot, what are you going to do, right? If you're Quinn, honestly, at that point, Chemo and T-Core might be your best option of not getting people upset with you anymore. Because who are you going to put up? Chelsea, if she stays? Am, if he stays? You would have to put up Tucker, right? But if he's starting to build that bond with Tucker, you can't put up Tucker, and you're not going to put Joseph or Rubina. Angela, I guess you could put up, right? You could put up Angela and MJ. Those would be like the only easy noms for Quinn if he wants to keep a relationship with Tucker. So it's interesting how this is all kind of playing out. Who wins the next HOH on Thursday is going to be really interesting to see how that all plays out as well. Because like I said, so many of them have beefs with other people where even though Tucker seems like he could be the main person that everybody should be getting out, I don't know if they will, right? I think there's plenty of other people they would look at and go, yeah, you know what? I need that person gone. Because even though Tucker's a threat, he's not coming after me right now. He's going after other people. So maybe it's best for me to go after the people who have said they'll come after me. It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments down below. I was feeling very sick yesterday. Still, but doing better. I want to thank you guys all so much for all the comments down below. Just with all the support and love, saying, get your rest, take care of yourself. Honestly, recording these videos, doing the live streams with you guys, it's probably one of the best parts of my day. It's almost kind of like a family atmosphere that we've built at this point, and it's just so much fun hanging out with you guys, talking about Big Brother, especially because it's not a thing that everybody gets to talk about with all their friends in real life on a daily basis. So having a place like this where we could all come together like this is really amazing. And there's some people who watch the video and then you never comment, and that's perfectly fine. Thank you all for just watching. There's tons of you who have been commenting on my videos since the very beginning. Someone who reached out in the comments the other day, Robin, is a person who I've seen in the chat many times, commenting for multiple seasons now at this point. And they shared that they got some really bad health news, and it really hits that, you know what, we are all here supporting and loving and want to just send those positive vibes to you, and know that you're part of the family. You're part of the Oreos, as I haven't really called them much that this season, but that's what we are here. We're all a big family, and I can't thank you all enough for all that love and support that you guys show me. I am calling it a little early here on this one tonight, but I'm going to be honest. I don't think anything else is going to really happen that much tonight on the feeds. We'll have the episode tonight on the veto ceremony. We'll also see the veto competition. That'll all be a lot of fun. And then Thursday, we'll have the eviction. Thursday is going to be a big day. We have our live watch party where you can come hang out and watch the eviction with us. Friday, we'll have our live Friday morning update as well. So if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button. You made it all the way to the end of this video. Smash that like button. Hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. You got the links to all my socials in a pinned comment description down below. You can see things like the Twitch kick. At this point, as somebody made a comment, they were like, you know, did you guys know Ori has a Twitch and a kick that he doesn't stream on? It's almost like Brooklyn and her married mother. But check those out. I will get those streaming soon. We've got Twitter and Discord, which is a great place to keep track when videos are getting uploaded. Just interacting with the rest of the Oreos as well over on the Discord. We've got our fantasy football league going on. We might have a spot open up. Somebody did drop out. So if you want to get in on that, we can do that. We have to figure out the draft date on that as well. But just honestly, I can't thank you guys all enough for all the love and support. In fact, another interesting little thing, just a random accolade that we got. 2 million views. We have now had 2 million people view things on this channel, which is just a crazy number. Thank you guys all once again, and I will see you next time.
And you want like to roll, so you're like going in and yeah, shake it
Like that?
yeah. Do it.